Welcome back, everybody. Fans of 1980s movies, of which I am one. I grew up in that era.
I mean, yeah, some of them for me.
Yeah,
Yes.
some of them. Okay, good point. You've got yet another reason to head to the box office this summer, and that is our first hot topic of the day, brought to you by Walton Arts Center. After nearly 2 decades away from acting, Ferris Bueller's Day Off star Sara made her big screen return in The Life of Chuck. The beloved 80s icon says stepping back into the spotlight helped her appreciate how fortunate she's been and that her time away gave her the tools to deliver authentic performances. Sara plays the grandmother of the title character in this adaptation of the Stephen King short story directed by Mike Flanagan. The film also stars Chiwetel Ejiofor and is now playing in select theaters across the nation. I did go see this one. I'm a big Stephen King fan. You know, this isn't a scary Stephen King movie. It's kind of just a sci-fi drama, really, dramedy. But yes, as soon as she came on the screen, I was like, I know her from somewhere, even though it's been 20 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that sticks with you. For sure. Those actors that we grew up loving.
Yes,
for
absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, and this one is worth checking out. Even if you just end up streaming it, it's definitely worth seeing. All right, Marcy, check this one out. This breakfast story is a slam dunk, especially if you got around $112,000 to spare.
Oh, okay.
Right? Who doesn't? You can stay, pardon me, in the home of NBA legend Michael Jordan. His former Chicago area home is now available to rent on Airbnb. The over 7-acre estate, known as Champions Point, can accommodate up to 12 guests. It has 7 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms, a full-size regulation basketball court, championship-level putting green, tennis court, fitness center, and more. What do you think?
Okay, so I used to live in Chicago,
Yeah.
and I remember for the longest time this house was on the market. They couldn't sell it, but all you could see, you could pass it. It was the gates with 23 on it.
Of
but for
course.
the longest time, they couldn't sell it. So I wonder who's got it, or is it still Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
And now it's just an Airbnb because he couldn't sell it. Either way, a cool experience.
It would
for
be
sure.
a cool experience for some folks who are willing to shell out that amount of
I mean,
cash
get
to go
your
stay
closest 1,000 friends.
Yes, I know.
And you all pool together.
Yeah, pull together, absolutely. Well, a brand new exhibition at the Museum of Broadway is giving fans a rare behind-the-scenes look at the work of legendary set designer David Korins. Stages of Imagination, the iconic Broadway designs of David Korins, highlights his creative process on 5 major productions, including ones you've heard of, like Hamilton, Beetlejuice, and even Dear Evan Hansen. With models, notes, and drawings that bring these worlds to life, many of these shows, like Hamilton, Beetlejuice, have dazzled audiences right here at our own Walton Arts Center, if you've been fortunate enough to see some of those. This exhibition runs through September, inviting visitors to step inside these iconic stage designs. I've seen both Hamilton and Beetlejuice, and man, cool, iconic sets.
Oh my gosh, anytime I can get behind the scenes or anyone can
Yes.
see behind the scenes of the magic,
Yeah.
I just think it's the coolest thing.
It's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
So if you find yourself there on Broadway, make sure to take this one in. Okay, so here is a little bit of a controversial story. I know that you're probably up to date because we're talking about some music icons here. But a federal judge is weighing whether Kendrick Lamar's hit diss track, Not Like Us, crosses a legal line. So Drake has sued Universal Music Group, both his and Lamar's label, claiming the song defamed him by falsely accusing him of predatory behavior and endangering him, citing break-ins at his Toronto home. Universal argues the lyrics are part of rap's long tradition of exaggerated trash talk, not a statement of fact. The judge is considering how an ordinary listener would interpret the lyrics, calling the case a clash of hip-hop's raw creativity and the rules of defamation law. What do you think here? There's a lot to unpack with these two.
There is, and I haven't followed the story as closely as I probably should because it just feels so complex.
Yes.
I agree that there's a history of this kind of, poking at each other. But in this case, it feels more personal. And if I was being personally attacked like that, I don't think I could just sit back and do nothing. Even in the end, if Drake doesn't prove his point, win, whatever, I think I would have a hard time not saying something.
You got to put your foot down at some point,
Exactly.
especially when your home's being broken into and things of that nature.
Yes, exactly. If nothing else, just to put the statement out there that, hey, this isn't true, by the way.
Yes. That's a good point. That's fair. Absolutely. We've heard of being late to work because of traffic, but what about because of a turkey? That's what happened to a Staten Island man this week when he tried to get in his car. So as the man tried to, enter his car, a wild turkey had other plans, chasing him around his car multiple times while flying in the air to hit the man in the head. It seemed like an aggressive attack at first, but it turns out the turkey was carrying multiple eggs that she would lay the next day, 11 eggs to be exact, serving as a reminder to not mess with mom, no matter the species, right? Get away from my babies.
I'm sorry.
I know. It's hard to keep a straight face.
She's asking for trouble. Just leave him alone.
It is terrifying looking, though. Having a bird of that size fly right at your face, I can only imagine.
Oh, we would all act that same way.
Same way, I know. Well, let's talk to some different sort of animal news now. This is kind of sad to me because I saw Red Panda, the legend who performs at NBA and WNBA and even college basketball games, perform recently. Let's talk about the beloved halftime acrobat. Her real name is Rong Crystal New. She took a dangerous tumble during the WNBA Commissioner's Cup final at Minneapolis's Target Center. Just seconds into her signature unicycle routine, she fell hard from the 7-foot-tall cycle, clutching her wrist as medical staff rushed in. Although she tried to walk off, she ultimately exited in a wheelchair, you see it right here, and was taken by ambulance for further evaluation. New, a fixture in, as I said, NBA and WNBA halftime shows since the 1990s and a standout on America's and Britain's Got Talent, left fans and players alike hoping for a full and speedy recovery. It looks painful, falling from 7 feet.
Yeah.
And I know she's been at it for a while doing these stage shows, so we all are sending her our best, hoping she's okay.
That's unfortunate. It looks like if she was trying to walk off at least, or, that's good news. She could attempt to do that.
That's right, yeah. Maybe just taking a well-deserved break would be, in the future for her.